It's March! I know, my February wrap-up is coming soon. I have too many thoughts about too many books, but it's coming, I promise. But because it's March, I wanted to make sure that I put out into the world the books that I hope to read this month. Because there's a lot of them, and I think I need to read them all, so I wanted to share them all with you, see if you're reading any of them. A few of them I feel like are really big right now, so I wanted to make sure that we could chat about them because I need that. Two of these I've already read actually this month. What's today? It's March 7th. Got a little bit of a jump. I'm not going to talk about them yet, but they are two books that I hoped to read this month and did already. So the first one is The Collected Schizophrenias, which has been on my radar and I've been excited about for a long time. I feel like I've read a great deal of books that talk about the topic of schizophrenia, but none that really go both into a research and personal realm, and that's exactly what this book does. And I have so much to say about it. This could have a whole wrap-up on its own, so will likely be a long wrap-up for March. If February's is taking me long to film, then March's is going to be even more so stay tuned. The second book I read at the start of this month is King of Joy. I was kindly sent this by Soft Skull Press. I actually had the opportunity to meet Richard at a local bookstore on the publication day. So that was really exciting because I've been following his journey on Instagram for a while, and he remembered me and talked about my Instagram. So that was really cool. And what a thoughtful and fully present human being he is. I feel like this book is one of the more unique approaches to grief that I've ever read. And I don't want to give any spoilers, but if you are interested in talking about this book, I'd really love to, because the structure of it is really interesting to me and was actually kind of hard for me to piece together, and really I didn't get to do so until the end because that's when it all really made sense to me. But we did it was talked about at his reading on that release day, so I just thought I need to talk to more people about this. I want to make sure this one gets the love it deserves because it deserves a lot of attention this month and is getting a ton of praise. So very exciting, very, very proud for him. The book I'm currently reading is a buddy read I'm reading with Michelle from Michelle Reads Books on Instagram, and it is Trust Exercise. This was kindly sent to me by Henry Holt, so thank you for that. And so far, I feel like it is written in a stream of consciousness style, which has taken me a little bit to get used to. And the initial content was also something that I wasn't really expecting. It follows high school students that are in a drama class so far in the beginning, and they're at a really prestigious school and have a lot of extracurricular focus, but there's also a really strong relationship component that involves a lot of sex that I wasn't expecting. So there's that. I'm not far enough in it yet to fully divulge any more information, and I've heard that it does evolve a little bit. It sounds like it's broken up into parts, so I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm also currently reading the book Three Women, which is a book that does not come out until the summer. Simon & Schuster and Avid Reader Press kindly gave this to me. I had the opportunity to meet some of their summer debut authors, and Lisa was one of them. This book really struck me because it's a nonfiction that follows the life of three different women, particularly detailing their experience with desire and sexuality and things of that nature, and they're all three really different stories and experiences. And when I first read the synopsis, I thought it was fiction. I thought maybe these are just characters that came to be in Lisa's mind, and it is actually nonfiction. So far, the way it's written, I want to just devour it immediately, and I'm really trying to take my time, and while also prioritizing reads that are coming out this month too. So it's really a struggle because I really want to get through this one, and I want to savor it a little bit just because I think that these women deserve to have their stories honored, especially because it's International Women's Month. And while I have mixed feelings about that, I do want to celebrate it, and I don't, you know, my feelings still stand about wanting to give this book all the attention it deserves. So keep your eyes peeled for this one. It's going to be one to talk about for sure. I was kindly sent a book by Grove Atlantic, and it is the book Sharp, and it is the women who made an art of having an opinion. And they sent me these cute little pencils that say like sharp like all of the different women. It's not gonna focus, but they say like sharp like Didion, sharp like Sontag, things like that. They're very cute, and I'm very excited to use them. I'm excited about this book because it goes through and talks about 10 different women writers, and what a perfect month to read this. Though I think you should be reading women every month. That's essentially like what my main feelings are. Is like, why are we taking one month to celebrate women? I feel the same way about Black History Month, but this isn't that video. I have too many feelings. Really looking forward to this, and I am hoping that other people are reading along with this month because it'll be fun to talk about, I think. And there's some authors that unfortunately I haven't read in this book, so I'm gonna have to add them to my list. Another book releasing in March, on March 19th actually, this was kindly sent to me by Algonquin Books, is A People's History of Heaven. And I think I talked about this in my beginning of the year book haul because I've heard so many great things about it. I don't know a ton about the story, but I have heard a lot of strong praise for it. And I really like the idea of all different kinds of religions and backgrounds and sexualities coming together in a story. So I'm really intrigued to see where this book takes that, because that's what I know based on what happens. Really looking forward to this one and feel like it's going to really take me places. This is a month for, you know, all the things I'm sensitive. Speaking of things I'm sensitive about, I can't even begin to tell you how excited that I am that I have this in my hands. I went on kind of like a wild goose chase to try to get in contact with Henry Holt Young Readers because Chelsea over at Chelsea Darling Reads, she read this book during the Contemporary-a-thon, I believe, and a few others did as well. And the reaction that came about from this book was one that I needed to know what's going on. And that book is Girls on the Verge. And from what I know, this book is intense. I believe it details an assault. I know that that is something that is important for me to read about and make sure that people feel informed about. And I think that based on how other people have been responding, this is going to be a really important one to look out for. So really, really thankful that I have this in my possession and can't wait to let you know how it goes because I have high hopes and I'm trying to chill out. But chill out is not a skill of mine, so we'll see how that goes. This book has been on my radar for a while now. I feel like it came out within the last year, and it is published by Soft Skull Press, and it is the book Vanishing Twins. Sounds like a really interesting story to me. It seems to have a lot to do with the female experience of sexuality or feeling connected in some way, and I love that kind of like finding yourself kind of story, and this book seems like it is really looking for like the main character in the book has this feeling like they're looking for a long lost twin of some kind, and it seems like all these different things come about that really lead to like identity development and things of that nature. But I love when it goes into all the different realms of like sexuality and personality and relationships and things like that. It seems like this covers all of that, and it's also gotten a lot of strong praise from reviewers that I trust. So had to get it. I think this just needs a little place on my shelf. I'm excited because Soft Skull Books have this little, I think it's an ant on the side. So when you stack them all together, it looks like there's like a trail of ants. That's the only time I'll enjoy seeing a trail of ants in my life. So you have to embrace it. Another book I'm really looking forward to was sent to me by Catapult, and it is the book Sea Monsters. I really don't know that much about this. I know that it recently came out. I think it's a little bit quirky and has to do with, again, more like finding yourself or like an explorative kind of book. And I'm in the mood for that. I'm in the mood for that and essays and memoirs right now. So because I have so many of those I want to read, I also want to make sure I'm getting some of my other books in. So this is one of them for sure. Last physical book I hope to read is Stay Up with Hugo Best. This was sent to me by Scribner, so thank you for that. This book comes out on April 2nd, so I wanted to make sure that I had the chance to read it before it comes out. And it sounds like a really fun like buffer book where, like, I don't know, I just came off of a lot of really heavy, intense reads. This is like a nice, like, comedic relief. I like need and love those books in my life, and this one I feel like has been on my radar for a while for that, so that will be really nice. I also have 2 books on my Kindle. I'm laughing because where's the time, right? 2 books I'm hoping to read on my Kindle are Middle Game by Shannon McGuire, which thank you so much, Tor, for accepting me for that. I feel like that was one that I really wanted to read and was not thinking that was gonna happen. And the other one is The Scar, which I believe is a memoir, and I'm really looking forward to both of those. I need to get those done this month because I want to write those NetGalley reviews for sure. I read one of my NetGalley books last month and like loved it. Cannot wait to go purchase the physical copy. So I need to prioritize those. You know when you get like NetGalley happy and then all the pressure lands all at once? Well, I'm not gonna let that happen this month. So listening to 2 audiobooks. One is a middle grade March recommendation that I actually got from Books and Jams video. Krista kindly included me in her video as well. I will link that down below, but there are so many good middle grade March recommendations. I highly recommend you check it out. But I'm gonna be listening to The One and Only Ivan. That was a book that was read in one of the counseling enriched classrooms that I worked in as a therapist, and I like didn't really get to hear the story because I was doing work. And I think that like I would really enjoy that parallel experience of knowing that all those kids I worked with have read it and now listening to it, not working in that classroom setting. So looking forward to that. And I'm also reading Symptoms of Being a Human. And that is a book that follows a gender fluid individual that is again really seeking their identity and seeking acceptance from a group of people after having had a really troubling experience at a previous school, now being at a new school, really looking to like find themselves in this new setting. So those are my plans for the month of March. I promise my February wrap-up will be up so soon, so soon. I would love to know if you're reading any of these in the month of March, if you plan to participate in middle grade March, or if you're focusing on reading women this month. I still support that. I think you should always incorporate women into your reading, but I think that about a lot of topics, so I will calm down. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.